Yo, salute nation. Happy Monday, y'all. Y'all ready? Let's hit it.
Inside Allegiant Stadium for the first time this year. Touchdown Raiders! Touchdown Raiders! Touchdown! Throw from behind! Ball's out! Big man running! Raiders!
Salute my peoples. Salute to everyone already here. Appreciate everyone pulling up. Welcome to another episode of Raiders Unfiltered. I'm your host. I'm Jay Raider. Appreciate everyone tapping in with me on this Monday night. Man, it's kind of hard to follow up that fire show we just had on Saturday. Shout out to my guy, the Raider Rundown, but more importantly, shout out to Mitchell Renz. Fire show of Good Morning Raiders. If you guys haven't seen it, we had Mitchell Renz on Saturday. Great show, a lot of great takes. We covered a lot of things. So if you guys haven't seen it, make sure you guys click that link down below in the description. That'll plug you in to the actual full episode of Good Morning Raiders. Great show from top to bottom. Also put out, if you guys want a little bit of a cliff note, I put out a video earlier this morning of an excerpt of Good Morning Raiders with Mitch Renz, and we were discussing a little bit of the positional um, rooms currently, how they looking. So make sure you guys tap in. It's great stuff. Fire show that we had on Saturday. But man, we're gonna go ahead and try to follow up again. I ain't done yet. But really quick before I actually start getting into the show, let me do a quick roll call. I got to go ahead and tap in with my peoples already here. Shout out to the members, my guy, Rose Town. What a do. Appreciate you pulling up, my guy. Raider Ryan in the building. What is good, my guy? Appreciate you pulling up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Um, let's see, my guy. Kenny Clark in the building. Yes, sir. We are bringing the pigskin back. We're going to go ahead and tap into all of that in just a bit. Shout out to my guy, Robert Pena, already here, man. He bragging early. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thanks for pulling up, my guy. Laura Rachitos pulling up. What it do, brother? Thanks for pulling up, my guy, on this good, I say pretty good Monday night. I hope everybody had a good weekend. I hope you guys had a good day. I know it's tough getting back to the grind on Monday morning. I used to drag ass a lot. I still drag ass just in a different form with these kids, man. I'm gonna tell you, they ain't easy. They ain't easy at all. But uh, let's go ahead and cover. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and start going over these topics. I wanted to go ahead and chop it up with you guys. I wanted to go ahead and do a little bit different, kind of still follow a little bit suit of what we talked about on Saturday, but instead of giving you guys all these stats and all that, because I'm pretty, everybody's doing that right now, right? Everybody's, doing the reviews on all the players and whatnot. But we got to really ask ourselves, and I think the question that we've all been actually asking ourselves is like, what does this all mean? Like, how is all this going to be put together? Is this really going to look better for us come the season? Because that's a real test, to be honest with you. Is all these acquisitions from the draft to free agency, how is all this going to look like once the season starts? And that's what I wanted to go ahead and talk about today. Just straight up, what is this going to look like? I have some some content for you guys. So we'll cover that, and I might get dinged. And if anybody watches the replay later, anybody who wasn't able to get on the live, you may not see the content I have. I might have to cut it out later. We'll see. We're gonna keep our fingers crossed. I think I did everything good, and uh, you know, hopefully I'll be able to go ahead and keep it on for the replay for sure. But again, appreciate everyone pulling up on this Monday night, and let's go ahead and talk about the Raiders' new offensive look. Man, we got a lot of weapons in this draft. I'm very, very content with the outcome of this draft. We talked about it on Saturday, and I gave it a B. I gave it like a B, B plus. That's kind of where I'm lying at as far as the overall picks from top to bottom. Obviously, we had some head scratchers for sure, and no, I don't think there's ever really been a perfect draft, right? But I think this is probably our best draft in a long time. In a long time. Um, let me know if you guys agree with me or not. But I feel it is probably one of the best drafts we've had in quite a while, right? And we felt that this probably was going to be the case, picking up, Spy Tech, Carroll, these guys are smart guys. They've been doing it for quite a while. Because doing it for a long minute. Spytek's been doing it, but at a little bit of a lower level, at the assistant GM level. But now this was the show, and looking at everything, gets a B. It's the first time where literally he's the guy. He's the one that everybody answers to. The buck stops with him. Ultimately, he's the one that has to go ahead and really answer for all these draft picks, whether they work out or not, right? If it's Genty, and God forbid Genty is a bust, he's the one that's going to answer for that. But I don't think that would be the case, but you just never know. Nothing is fully guaranteed when it comes to the draft and players just kind of working out in itself. So, but we are going to go ahead and definitely go into that. So let's go ahead and start with the quarterback room. Okay. Do you guys feel it's an upgrade? Is it the same? Is it worse? Let me know. Right. So we went out and got quarterback traded. We went out, traded for quarterback Geno Smith. Right. We gave up a 3rd round pick. That was Devontae's 3rd round pick, and went out and got this guy. This is Pete Carroll's guy. He likes him so much. We went out and gave a 3rd round draft pick for this guy. And I've seen him for a while. I saw him since he was with the Jets, and he had a little bit of time there. I was kind of impressed on some of the things he did, and that mobility, the ability to go ahead and extend plays, all that. And then he went over to Seattle. Obviously I'm not Jets or Seahawks fan, right? So I only get to see like limited things, whatever's on ESPN the highlight, or if I'm watching the ticket and it just bleeps across of what these other teams did as they show periodical highlights. That's literally all I see. But from what now that he's part of the team, we're looking at the tape, we're looking at the measurables and all that, and he is definitely a step up from Aidan O'Connell, because right now the quarterback room consists of Geno Smith, Aidan O'Connell, Carter Bradley. As of right now, right? I know we picked up Cam Miller, but we still don't know where he's going to be. Is he going to be able to make the active roster? Is he going to get kicked back, into practice squad? That's really the question. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think he's probably going to stick around quarterback 3. So the competition is literally probably going to be maybe head to head with O'Connell or maybe even with Carter Bradley to stay on as that on that active roster, right? We'll see what happens, but that is currently the quarterback room of them three, not including again Cam Miller, right? So I think it's an upgrade with Gino. We literally passed a bunch of door to push the Geno highlight, the Geno agenda out there and solidify being that QB1. Let I'll accept a miracle happening where Aiden O'Connell happens to be happens to beat him out in some way, shape, or form and be that quarterback one, which I highly doubt that happening, but um, you know, you never know. You never know. But for all consensus purpose, Gino is our quarterback one right now, right? So let's go ahead and kind of take a look at what Gino is actually going to go ahead and bring to the table this season, right? Um, and I got that's what I said. I got some content for you guys. Hopefully it makes it for anybody who didn't catch the live later. Hopefully still there. If it doesn't, well, I'm sorry. I had to probably had to cut it out, right? But for right now, anybody who's pulled up watching, we're gonna go ahead and view this and enjoy this. So, a little bit of Geno Smith, right? And looking at the way he just able to go ahead and extend plays is really good. Let me go ahead and play it one more time. I don't think I had the audio. No, I don't have audio. Perfect. All right. So um, he's able to go ahead and either fling it up or step out of trouble to go ahead and make certain plays work. And I think that's something that Aiden is not really able to go ahead and quite do right now. Right, it's still a work in progress, but so far, um, this is just a little snippet. I don't want to play a whole lot of the Geno highlight where I haven't cut it out and stuff. So, but you get to see kind of what we're having to go ahead and work with, right? So, I'm definitely good with Geno. I'm very excited to see how he actually performs with this season. Now that we actually got him some weapons, right? Now this offense is starting to take shape. It's starting to go ahead and kind of form that identity. And last season, we didn't have an identity. I think that was our biggest problem. We had a lot of problems, but not really having an identity offensively, not having a run game, that was very detrimental to us. So this year we went out, got Geno. Now we got a true quarterback, top 15, wherever you want to say, but um, we're competitive, at least at quarterback, right? Could he potentially take us to the playoffs? We'll get into that a bit. Could be. Again, this is year one. I wouldn't set my expectations too high for everybody out there. I would go ahead and just kind of lean back a little bit, see how the season really plays out, especially, during those first three games are kind of critical. And, first game is always your you're wiping off dust, right? You're hitting it with that WD-40, getting all the squeaks out of the way. But literally in that second game, third game, that week 2, week 3, that's really when you start seeing the offense really start to gel and work together and be more concisive as far as performance wise. So, um, you know, week 1, I'm not expecting a whole lot. I'll be excited to go ahead and see certain things, how Gino kind of throws the ball, what Bowers is able to do. I think the biggest thing is with Genty, and everybody knew that we acquired as far as wide receiver on how they perform, right? So, but I say for me, on the quarterback room, it is an upgrade, right? So let's go ahead and move on to the next part. And before I do have a comment, and make sure you guys go ahead and put in your questions. And I'm actually going to go ahead and take this time to put in a quick poll. So make sure you guys go ahead and head on over and cast your vote in just a bit. All right. All right, y'all. There you go. Poll is up. All right, really quick. Shout out to my guy, Lord Rachitas. Not sure what a Chip Kelly offense entails, but I do think the offense will be much improved just based off that new talent. Facts, bro. Now, anybody who's unfamiliar with Chip Kelly, he likes to go ahead and kind of run that spread offense, and we're gonna see a lot of kind of movement, some shifting. We're gonna definitely go ahead and run the ball heavy. That is one thing that's for sure. Having to go out and drafting Acid Genty for the first round, number 6 pick, you're gonna run the damn ball for sure. So, um, expect that to be the case. But moving into our next part, right? The running back room upgrades seem worse. You know, if we look back at last year at that god awful situation where we struggled so much to even get some type of running game together, right? It was so bad to the point where we could not score from the 1 yard line. I remember Run saying on Saturday it made him throw up in his mouth. That's how bad it was, right? It's same here. It was to the point where I was ready to go ahead and just pull out my hair. Just to be honest. Just be honest, right? And I'm pretty sure most of y'all, not all of y'all, felt the same way, right? So we went out, got picked up some guys, right? We went out and got free agent Raheem Mostert, right? But obviously, the biggest one is that number 6 pick, Ashton Genty, that workhorse from Boise State, the generational running back that is supposed to go ahead and literally change the face of our offense. And I hope to be true, right? I'm sorry if I sound a little bit sarcastic on it because I'm just trying to keep a level head on this. I'm really hoping to see that is true. You know, I'm not trying to go ahead and be negative about it and hope it doesn't happen because it is in our best interest. It does happen, right? The draft is over. There's anybody who wasn't feeling Genty, there's no point on worrying about spill milk. It's already happened. So we just got to go ahead and run with it and make do with what we got, which is Genty. And we're not in a bad position. We're actually in a pretty good position going out and getting this guy. The guy does have talent through and through for sure. So I got some highlight for Genty. And let me go ahead and pull that up now. All right. Okay. So you see how this guy is able to go ahead and make big runs. That is his forte. Go ahead and I think he was averaging about like 5 yards per carry on average, if not more. He's able to go ahead and breakaway tackles. And this is probably one of the biggest things that I'm looking forward to is literally scoring from that red zone, from that kind of goal line, and being able to go ahead and take it to the house, right? And that's one thing that just frustrated the fuck out of me last year is just that our inability to score from the goal line. It shouldn't be that hard, right? And I mean, there's a little bit of factors into it as well. I mean, we had some issues as far as scheme on the O line and the O line itself, and we went out and correct that and picked up some guys, and hopefully, those guys work out. But we'll talk about that in just a bit as well. But um, you got that in Genty, that ability to go ahead and be your workhorse, be able to go ahead and score in the red zone, being able to go ahead and break tackles. This guy will literally zip by you if defenders make a mistake and they're not able to go ahead and properly tackle. This guy's going to go ahead and break in and literally he's gone. He's gone. That's it. So um, that is a little bit of Genty for you, right? So I'm excited to see what happens. Like we were talking about on Saturday, is that I feel that Genty's not going to get a lot of work at the very beginning. Meaning, you're probably going to see anywhere from maybe 75 to 80% of the touches. It's still a lot, but it's not as much as you would think, right? I think it's going to be a little bit split between Moser. You got McCormick. You'll see White come out every now and then to go ahead and just give a little bit of rest. You also got to think about wear and tear on Genty. I mean, he's already ran through the gamut at Boise. They literally run that dude to almost the ground. And now he's coming to NFL, which is a whole different other level. And you want to be able to go ahead and make sure your guy lasts at least up until the point where he makes it into his second contract, right? So that's where a little bit of that, we're gonna alternate and make we're gonna bring in Moser, McCormick, Zamir on certain touches, certain situations, but this is gonna be our red zone guy for sure. I don't think I wouldn't see anybody else being that red zone guy aside from Genty. Maybe Piggies, right? If you're at the goal line, you really need to get in there. They're stacking up the box. You can put Piggies in there, have him snap the ball and run it in. But other than that, it'll probably be Genty, right? But really quick, let me go ahead and hit up the chat. Appreciate everyone pulling up with me on this Monday night. If you guys haven't done so, and if you guys are new, make sure you guys head on over and hit that subscribe button and click those thumbs. It does help to go ahead and support the show. Appreciate everyone pulling up. And if you really want to go ahead and support the show, go ahead and become a member today, like my guy Rose Town, like my guy Raider Ryan. Go ahead and click that link up top. Get off the bench, get in the game, become a member today. Appreciate ya. But let me go ahead and hit up that chat real quick. Let's see here. My guy, Lord Rachita says, from what I see, Gino good at play action, fake the handoff to Genty and throw to Bowers or Besh leaking into open space. Yeah. So hopefully we get to start seeing that. He'll definitely have some weapons out there for sure. He'll have Bowers. If there's so many weapons now, and Besh really brings that, and I'll really go into it more in just a bit, that consistency of that dependability. He's going to be Mr. Dependable, where he's able to go ahead and make those catches in traffic, those hard catches. This guy has great hands, and that's what you're going to get out of Jack Besh. Now, I know we love Renfro, but this might be a different version of a third and Renfro, where this guy's able to go ahead and make a play and help us get those third down conversions if need be. Right? Shout out to my guy Rosetown. Our identity this year is having our players chewing that hubba bubba on the sideline. There you go. Shout out to my guy Super Omnicron. I like how you break down the drive. Just check it out. Let other people complain about not getting QB. Damn, they cried out all day. Yeah, bro. I mean, look, it is what it is. We got Gino. We went out and traded for Gino. Gave up that Devontae third round pick for him, right? So he's our guy for the future. This guy's here through 2027. We're we're gonna utilize him, right? I hope, obviously, we all hope that he works out, and we hope to see pretty pretty good record this year. Again, part one of the things I'll cover a little bit later on in the show, but we hope to see great performance this season by Gino. Right, we give him weapons. We got him some protection. Got him a running back. Got him some receivers out there, so he has targets. Best tight end in the league. Best running back in the league. I mean, what more could you want, right? I mean, you can beef up the O line maybe a little bit more, but I think we're almost there. To have a pretty solid offensive line. I think we're getting there. We'll see, right? Um, we'll talk about Caleb Rogers in just a bit. We talked about Charles Grant on Saturday and my thoughts on it. Not too keen on him. For him, that's a project right there. Definitely, I don't see that guy making any appearance this season except preseason. That's it. But other than that, Caleb Rogers is probably going to be the guy that we're going to be seeing out the most. My guy Rosetown. Beast Mode said Genty runs like a real African. If he approves, I do too. Fuck, man. hey, we got the Marshawn seal approval, bro. That's what's up. Shout out to my guy Piano, man. What do you do, brother? Genty, get on half the level. I don't know. Let's see. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it. Hey man, I mean, if you like the Chargers, cool, bro. So we got your line Chargers guys better than us. I don't know. I think we're building it, bro. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were a Chargers fan, man. Because it said shout out to the Chargers having to always be the big bros. Um, yeah, man. I don't know. Um, I still feel aside from last year, man, we've pretty much owned the Chargers, bro, and the Broncos. We had a terrible year last year. I mean, it is what it is, right? Now it's just how we come back this year. And I think we started putting those weapons together. We started building that really solid foundation. I think we're a little bit past the foundation. I think we already got the sticks up to the house, right? We're pretty much gonna start getting ready to go ahead and put up drywall pretty soon, right? We're starting to get into that level. So, but it starts. These are the first steps. So we got a quarterback, got a running back. We already had the tight end. We added some more pieces up in the offensive line. Got a receiver. So yeah, we're getting there. Shout out to my guy Jeff, Raider Jeff, in the building. What to do, man? Thanks for pulling up, my guy. Appreciate you pulling up. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the next part of the show, right? So we covered the running back room. Let's talk about I think is a big addition so far this year to one of the rooms is the wide receiver room. Upgrade, same or worse. What do you guys feel about that? Do you guys feel it's an upgrade, or are we on the same level, or did we regress and gotten worse? I don't know. Y'all tell me, right? I think we've upgraded. I think we've gotten better. Like you heard my boy Rundown. It looked like a law firm of Bachman and Phillips, right? If you get in a car accident, call Bachman and Phillips type deal. But now it's more than that. So, we already had Jacoby, we had Tucker, but we went out and drafted a couple of guys out there, right? So currently, our wide receiver room is Jacoby Myers, Jack Bash, Dante Thornton, Tommy Mellott, coming below, however you want to say it. I say mallet. I'm saying mallet. We went out and got the free agent Colin Johnson the other day and Trey Tucker. And we're going to talk about Trey Tucker in just a bit too, right? Because his future might be in question now with some of these pickups, or we might not see too much of Trey as far as on a wide receiver level. They might create some type of packages for him. That might be a move for him. I think he'll still be a Raider. I don't think he'll be traded out per se. You never know? It could happen, but obviously, adding three receivers, actually four, because you got Kyle Phillips. That's part of the Raiders now. So you got some receivers out there. Though I think Phillips is just there for depth. I don't think he's nothing more than just that. Same thing for Colin Johnson. He might be just there for depth. So we'll see. But I got some footage on Besh and Thornton. So I think I'm trying to say, okay, so I think this is back. Okay, so let's start with Jack Besh. All right. So here's the footage on Besh. And again, I said this guy has really, really dependable, great hands, dependable. As you see, he's able to go ahead and make those tough catches in traffic. He'll go ahead and extend and go the extra mile. Like my boy Rundown said, yak all day, bro. And this is what Jack Besh brings to us, is go ahead and escort you down the field, but he is going to go ahead and make those tough catches. And if he does, this guy's going to go ahead and just drag you until he's able to get as much as he can get. This guy had like a 1.5, 1.8% drop rate, which is insane, right? So great pickup. Most likely is going to be a day one starter for sure. Love this pickup. When I heard that Besh was picked up at 58, man, I was all about it. 100%. I think I drafted him once or twice on the mocks, but I knew who he was. And it just sometimes the ability is just he would get picked up by other teams, and I wasn't able to pick him up. So it's just one of those things. But he was on the radar for sure. So once I heard Jack Besh being picked up from TCU, boom, I knew we got a good one there. I'm very excited to see what this guy is able to go ahead and really do with a top tier quarterback, right? Or at least a top 15 quarterback in the NFL. Very excited, very excited. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next guy. Dante Thornton, right? And I got the footage for him. Dante Thornton, 6'5", about 210. Guy is the field stretcher. This guy will go ahead and really stretch out that field for us. Obviously we have already Trey Tucker who does that, but now we have somebody else who can go ahead and be able to stretch the field, contest those 50-50 balls, go get those back shoulder fades or those fade routes, once we're in that red zone, right? So you can utilize them different ways. So I'm very excited by Dante Thornton. Shout out to the Mac Dante Thornton. Shout out to Jack Besh too. So very excited about these guys being part of the nation, and obviously I can't wait to see what they do. But that's kind of what we're looking at. So think about it like this: you got Geno, who's able to go ahead and get out of trouble, who's able to go ahead and extend the plays. You got Dante Thornton that can zip down the field and get free. We saw what Geno can do just on like a back step throw. The arm strength is there. He can make a deep shot down to Dante, or he can go ahead and find Jack Besh if he's able to go ahead and get clear. So I can't wait to see what these guys are able to go ahead and do, right? But you got Amlat. He is our next slot receiver. Looks like that's where they're going to go ahead and put him at. That's where they're converting him. But you also have that threat of him being that quarterback. He can throw the ball. He helped his Montana State team get to their national championship game, I believe in their division. And the guy had a really good 2024. He kind of gives me that Taysom Hill vibes. Shout out to my wife who's over here. She's a Saints fan, but the comp so far has been Julian Edelman. Hopefully that's the case, right? So I can't really wait to see what Tommy brings. And you might see certain packages for him. Don't be surprised if you have this kid take a couple of snaps, right? It might be that type of thing. If it is, I'm mad at that man for sure. But yeah, Tom Malott, one of the guys. Colin Johnson, we just picked him up from the Bears. Another tall receiver, 6'6", about 215 or so, 220, somewhere in that range. Got to see the footage from him. Again, another guy who can go up and contest those 50-50 balls, back shoulder fade or a fade route in that red zone or wherever we got and kind of send them as well, right? So he might just be another death people, but what it looks like is really that the Raiders are bringing a certain style of player over those big physical players, athletic lunch pill guys that come in, clock in, go to work without blinking, without resting, and just put the grind on. And that's the type of dudes that Pete Carroll and John Spytek want to go ahead and go after. Very, very excited about, these picks, the guys we've acquired so far. Like you're gonna have Ashton Genty who's gonna come in and just literally pound the fucking rock. And that's what it looked like that we're gonna go ahead and do. Right. So um sorry, let me go ahead and mute these messages. They're a little bit distracting, but that's what we're gonna go ahead and do. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Obviously, um, we're seeing all these pieces start to come together, right? I still got some questions for you guys, and questions that we're gonna go ahead and try to figure out and answer together. But really quick, let me go ahead and hit up that chat. Again, appreciate everyone pulling up on this Monday night. Let's see here. Okay. My guy Panaman says Dante Thorne will help you, Raiders. Congrats. Thanks, bro. Yep. He looks good, man. Shout out to my guy, Raiders Food Chris in the building. What it do, brother? Thanks for pulling up, my guy. Appreciate you. Raw Dog, what is good, brother? Appreciate you pulling up, my guy. Thank you, thank you. All right. Let's see. Yeah, Taysom Hill is a Mormon. He kind of serves as a tight end, but for Mela, it's going to be more of a receiver slot receiver type of guy. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I feel that they're going to create some packages for him. So I feel that we're really going to utilize and really try to do that spread offense that Chip Kelly's so known for, right? You got all these weapons now. And I'd even put our best player on the team offensively, which is Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers literally had, over 1,000 yards last season. Should have been rookie of the year, but we know what he can do. Best tight end in the game, period, hands down. If you say otherwise, you're on the wrong show, man. But having him and we know that he's gonna potentially get double teamed, right? And that's great because now it's gonna go ahead and clear the way for Jacoby. You're gonna have opportunities for Jack Bash, Dante Thornton when he's out there. Trey Tucker, if he's out there, and he's going to have the ability to go ahead and stretch the field. Same thing with Genty. There's swing routes for Genty. He's going to be able to go ahead and get some touches as well, right? So um, it's really really exciting to really think about the possibilities how this offense is really going to go ahead and perform in this next coming season, right? So let's see here. Uh, my guy Piano Man says a lot of Raiders are scared for Genti getting hurt with the Raiders. Hope that's not the case. I never wish injury on a player. Just know it's a different level. I mean, injury comes with the territory, bro. It's football, you know. And that position, it's really a grinder type of position. You know, it just comes with the territory, right? I think they could just, like I said, I think it's going to be anywhere from like 75 to 80% touches for him. They are going to utilize him quite a bit, but not as much as probably people think. They're going to probably dial that back and for one, get him used to playing in NFL. Two, that preserving him. You do want to go ahead and not put out an opportunity for him to go ahead and potentially get hurt out there for sure. Yeah. So uh let's see here. All right. So let's go ahead and go into really the question that I feel that I think we've all really want. I asked this on Saturday. If you guys didn't catch the Saturday show with Mitch Renz and Rundown, make sure you guys tap in after the show. I got the link down below. Fire show. But I did ask what position room has improved the most, right? I remember Mitch saying that he feels that the running back room has improved, which he is definitely right. I feel wide receiver is probably the one who's improved a little bit more. I think that's 1A, 1B at this point, to be honest with you. You know, looking at it from last year, once we lost Devontae, he left for the Jets. We honestly just had Jacoby Myers and Trey Tucker. We had some guys that came in and filled in here and there, but honestly, we really didn't have a whole, experienced, talented, I should say. We had some guys, right? We had DJ Turner and a couple guys stood out here and there, but and then DJ Turner ended up getting hurt towards the end of the year. But other than that, it's just Jacoby and Trey holding it down. Just those two guys. Our running back room was just detrimental. It was terrible, right? We expected so much from Zamir White just to go ahead and just get disappointed. We saw his weakness within like week 3 or week 2 that he's just so one dimensional. He has terrible vision, right? Would run into we're literally run into blocks. And you know, uh, we had um we had Sincere come in and he stepped up. We had Abdullah who had pretty good moments. We had our other guy, I forgot his name, Madison. Alexander Madison came in and he had his moment, but it was never consistent. We were always maybe we get one game that they play good, and then the next game was just mediocre or not really good, right? Not impressive at all. So, but that's the type of season that we had last year with the running back room. There was never consistency. It was literally held us. I think at one point held us to like 30 yards in one game, something like that. Um, so now that we went out and got the best running back in the game, next to Saquon Barkley, we hope that he alone can not only crush that average that we got last year, but just go into the stratosphere, literally open up our offense completely, right? Where teams having to worry so much about Genty that they forget about the other guys where our passing game starts opening up. So, um, you know, with Genty, and we've said it before, the expectation should be anywhere, I think conservatively, 1,300 yards for the season minimum, right? Conservative, and that translates to about like 80 yards per game, which is light work, light work for a guy like him, where he's getting 120, 150 yards, per game or more, right? So, I hope to see a 16, 1,800 yard, 2,000 yard season. That would be ideal. That would be great. We can definitely do some things if we have them, you know, produce that way. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to just hold him to the yard, to the statistic, to the yards, and this guy has to hit 1,500 yards. If not, it's just a fucking letdown. It's not like that. If he has less yards, but able to go ahead and really produce, convert his performance into actual points, into touchdowns, I'll take that all day. If a guy has 20 touchdowns for the season or more and only has about 1,200 yards, 1,150, something like that, I'll take it all day. 100%. 100%. And that's what we're looking to see out of Genty. It's just whatever the whole point of this is, just whatever is going to go ahead and produces points, right? Whatever's going to go ahead and produces points, right? But that kind of takes me into a little bit of my before we actually get into the scoring topic, but how much of an improvement will the offense really have this season? I think we're going to see the real reemergence of an actual offense, right? We struggled the last two seasons and trying to find that identity, right? The year before that with Garoppolo, and that was just a crapshoot. It was god awful. Having to put AOC later and in the season and kind of alternating, and it was just awful, right? So having these 2 years to kind of struggle with trying to find some type of identity, I think we're going to go ahead and turn that around completely. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we're going to go to the playoffs. It's not like that. But I'm telling you guys, we're going to look way better than we did last year for sure. The last 2 years for sure. We are definitely going to go ahead and win more games than we did this past year. 100%. 100%. So, going out, getting the free agents, trading for Gino, picking up Genty, Bash, Thornton, Mellett, right? Even Cam Miller. I haven't even talked too much about Cam Miller, right? He's going to go ahead and bring some competition to Aiden O'Connell, Carter Bradley, and hopefully they will make each other better, right? And through competition, these guys will improve, right? You see Aiden O'Connell out there with Brady working on some stuff, trying to get better, right? And our guy, he's not the most mobile quarterback, but at least we know he's a solid backup. We know what to expect from Aiden O'Connell. So having him back there, that's fine, man. We're not really losing anything. Got him on a rookie contract. This is the last year. Right after this season, he's going to be a free agent. And we look at it again, and will they move on or will they keep him around? I don't know, right? I would say move on from him, but I don't really think he fits in the system too much. But we're gonna see what happens with that. But really quick, let me go ahead and go back into the chat. Appreciate everyone pulling up. Let's see here. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, shout out to my guy, the Raider Rundown. What it do, my guy? Appreciate you pulling up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, I was literally talking about the wide receiver room, and I mentioned the it sounded like a law firm of Bachman and Phillips, bro. Bachman, Phillips, and Myers, legit, man. But appreciate you pulling up, my guy. Let's see. All right. I don't know. Y'all going crazy in the chat. Shout out to my guy Apocalypse. What it do, what it do. Marcus, what it do. Appreciate you pulling up, my guy. Let's see here. All right. Make sure you guys go ahead and get your questions in the chat. All right. So let's really, we talked about how the offense is an improvement, and let me know if you guys disagree, right? I hope not. I hope you guys feel the same way, right? If you don't, that's cool. It's all good. You're entitled to opinion. Just let me know why you don't feel that way. But since I feel that it is an improvement, and I think a lot of people will agree, and so far from the poll that I got, with 22 votes currently casted, I asked, do you think this offense will improve this year? 91% said yes. 9% says no, with 22 votes casted in. So I think that's the consensus on the offense, right? So with that being the case, projections on scoring, and me and my guy Run, again, shout out to him. He's in the chat. I think we mentioned we have a projected average about 24, maybe 25 points per game. And we were averaging about 18 per game, right? So it's not a big step up. But if you think about it in the grand scheme of things, where we struggle so much trying to break 20 points, for all my guys who've been around for a minute, right? Like my guy, Sacktown Raider Mike, SoCal Sal, some of the other guys in here that been with me for a minute since I really started when I first came into the game and started doing the shows, the live shows and everything, and the pre-record and my videos, even going back to the videos, I would say we got to break 20 points per game. That's literally the key to this thing, right? And we failed to do that because we would never be able to break 20 points. I'm like, fuck, man. If we break 20, we're gonna win. And a lot of the games were literally like that. We got beat because the team was able to go ahead and score like 20, 21, something like that. It was very close. And we always felt we got like 17, 16, 14 to 21 or something like that. Right. And that was always the case. So now that we're having this new average to hit consistently around 24 points per game is huge. You're gonna, yes, having all these weapons, having Genty, having Gino, we already know what Bowers can do. Bringing on Bash, Thornton, all these new faces, right? Beefing up our own line, and I need to get to that in just a sec. Beefing up our own line to get 24 points per game is great. It's great. We're going to have these blowout games every now and then. That's given, right? We're going to play a soft team, and we're just going to go ahead and steamroll them, and as we should, because that's another thing that we struggled on, is beating the teams that we should beat and not being able to beat them, right? I know the year before that was like our motto. We would beat the teams that we were not supposed to beat and lose to the teams we were supposed to beat. That was literally the name of the game. So hopefully this year it goes as it should, right? Key example with the Panthers, right? I think week 3 of the Panthers. They were week 3, excuse me. Week 3 of the Panthers, the homecoming game, blacked out Allegiant, supposed to be the game where we just crush it, and so much was expected and then fell flat. Dudes got injured. dudes didn't show up mentally. It was a terrible game. We got literally destroyed by Andy Dalton. Andy fucking Dalton, right? Again, the Raider killer model is now attached to this fucking guy, right? But in all consensus, I think we had the spread on it. We were supposed to beat these guys, and we didn't, right? So hopefully this year that is a turnaround. If we hold true and we stay to 24 points per game, we're gonna win a lot of ball games. To be honest with you, we're quite a few, right? I think realistically, we'll probably, because at the end of the day, we're talking about records, right? Where are we gonna see ourselves in December, January, right? I think as far as our basement, our bottom, bare minimum, bare bottom, I see us probably 7 and 10, right? I still think 7-10 is gonna be the thing. The magic number probably be 8 and 9, 9 and 8 if all goes well. 10 and 7 if we're just fucking the miracle is happening and we just go out and ball out, right? Everybody stays healthy, everybody performs, the offense just continuously gets better and better and better, from September to November, where we'll have a 10-7 season possibly, right? We'll make the playoff. We'll make a playoff appearance. And we talked about this on Saturday. At this point, I think what we like to see, and I think probably what Pete is trying to go ahead and get at is trying to make that playoff appearance, right? In 25. 26, that's where we go out and win a game, right? We win a playoff game. We make the wild card, we get to the divisional, and or maybe the AFC championship game. You never know, right? That's the thing. 27 is really where we make the run. We make the Super Bowl run. We get some more guys. This is where you really start seeing that free agency being aggressive by Spy Tech, going out and getting these big name guys, spending that money, right? Like we get a fabulous. Like we don't care, bro. Like we just hit the fucking lotto. You know what I mean? This is where you'll see moves like that. Not at this point. That's why there's some people that, you know what, kind of disappointed about the free agency and whatnot. You're not gonna see big moves like that right now. You'll see that maybe next year or for sure the year after that. That's where you're really starting to see big moves for sure. Really quick, shout out to my guy Raiders Food Chris. Appreciate you with the $2 holla. Jay, am I gonna see you in Bakersfield? Fuck yes, you're gonna see me in Bakersfield. I will be in the place to be, my guy. 100%. I'm gonna be there, bro. We're doing the damn thing. The fam and I, we're gonna pack up the bags, head out west. I'll be there for sure. We'll talk about Bakersfield in just a bit for sure. But yeah, I mean that's what I see the projection of scoring. If we hold that 24 point average per game, we're gonna see maybe 8 and 9, 9 and 8 type of season. You never know. Maybe 10-7. We'll dabble around that. Obviously, we have, we picked up a couple guys offensively as far as offensive line, right? And we did the hate it or love it on Saturday, and it was great and all. But I think Caleb Rogers has the potential to be part of that offensive line. If not a starter, definitely a rotational piece. I feel, he has that talent where this guy can come in and do that. Again, I don't have too much faith in Charles Grant. I feel like he's a project, and Brun can back me up on that. He needs work. Guy needs work. Questionable blocking techniques, at times. But it just it is what it is. But Caleb Rogers for sure has the potential of really strengthening up our guard position. Again, Not thrilled with Parham. My guy Raider Jeff can attest. He is not a Parham fan either. There, there's been time and time where I've done shows with Jeff, and he's just ready to go ahead and rip his beard off, his mustache off, because he's just so frustrated with Parham, and you see it. You see it. So I think this guy could be a potential replacement. Just like Glaze, they took a flyer on Glaze and they put him in, and he's worked out pretty good last year. Like, I like his work, solid work for sure, 100%. We saw what JPJ can do, right? Though they're still going to compete for the center position, you know, we pretty much know who's most likely going to get it on lock, right? He's going to be our guy. He's going to be our center. He's all about competing. The guy is a workhorse. He's out there with Max, 6 a.m. in the gym grinding, bro. Literally, these guys are putting in work, right? Since February or even before that. These guys are doing it. So I see JPJ, got Colton Miller still here, right? I think it's Parham. I forgot who else is on the left side with Colton. I think it's Mumford, right? If I'm not mistaken, but we'll see. That's still going to be also an area that's going to be competitive as well. But there's potential moves to be made at in the guard position for sure. You got Alex Kappa that was brought in. He had a terrible year last year, but you never know. This guy might find his groove here, especially when you have Joe Philbin still here. You got Brendan Carroll that just got brought in by his pops. We'll see if we're going to go ahead and help this guy get his fucking groove back and really ball out and do the things that we know that he could potentially do. So, but yeah, I think that's what it's gonna shape out in this next season coming up. Obviously, we got preseason, literally a few months away. We're in May, June, July, August is really when preseason starts. So 3 months, 3.5 months away almost. Blink of an eye, it's already here, right? So I can't wait to see, because these guys, there'll be a lot of guys, interesting guys to go ahead and kind of look out for. And we're going to be we'll be doing the shows and breaking down those guys, for the 53-man roster, on who's going to go ahead and stay, who's going to go. And again, there might be some guys that we might let go and we'll pick up from waivers or whatnot from other teams that they might not have worked out at. And that happened last year with Chase On. So don't get it twisted. These guys don't always suck. They just might not be a great fit in that system. And I like to preach that, because just what we saw and Chase On for sure. Really quick, let me go back to the chat. Shout out to my guy Alec. Yes, I'm expecting some good things on offense. How much improved remains to be seen. Yep, exactly. We're just taking it. We're just taking a step back. We're just taking one kind of like 1 month at a time, or one week at a time, and see how these things progress. But I think we got a lot of pieces in place, right? We got the foundation. We might have gotten some of the sticks up on the house. Pretty soon, probably get ready to go ahead and put the frame up. Pretty soon, we might be able to go ahead and put up some drywall, right? We're going to use that analogy for sure. Let's see. Shout out. Let's see. My guy Alex Stokes needs to earn his spot on the team. Yeah, for sure. And so, I didn't want to talk about too much of the defense on this episode, because I feel like the offense is really the highlight right now. Kind of flop back from last year. The defense was really the highlight. Offense was a thing to be concerned about. I don't know if you're fully concerned about the defense yet. There is some holes that need to be filled for sure. Linebacker, nickel, safety position. You can even go ahead and test that. Our trenches are deep. That is for damn sure. We are definitely going to go ahead and put some pressure on these quarterbacks coming up in the season. So, we got Wilkins, Max, Adam Butler, Kuntz. Kuntz is back. Hopefully, this year that he stays healthy and we see really what Malcolm Kuntz can really do with a full year of work. I can't wait, you know. So we picked up some other guys as well. We re-signed some other guys. So we're creating some of that depth, right? We picked up JJ Pegues, Tonka Hemingway. These guys are versatile, can play different positions in that trench, from edge to nose or whatever. We got that. So we got some versatility in the trenches, which is great. But I would definitely would like to see a little bit more um, depth at linebacker, some more talent for sure. I got Alex says Ramsey can still be a top 15 corner in this league. Yeah, he still can. I don't know if we're going to trade for him because we still got to pay that 21 mil tab on this contract if we decide to go ahead and trade for him. And were they really willing to go ahead and make that trade? I don't know. We'll see. Um, my guy wrote down he sees Meredith getting that left guard position. Yeah, bro, and that definitely could be the case for sure. Um, my guy Peter, salute to you, brother. Thanks for pulling up. It would be nice to see Mullet develop into someone like Taysom Hill. Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying, man. He gives me that Taysom Hill vibe because he can go ahead and just take some snaps from shotgun, run the ball, could throw the ball, give you some of that option read type of play. I'm pretty sure knowing Chip, he's going to go ahead and design a package here and there for him that you might see come out um, during a few games here and there, right? And just see how teams adjust to that and approach that, right? And that's the thing here. So, very very interesting to see how actually Tommy pans out for sure, 1%. But yeah, appreciate you pulling up, my guy. Thank you, for sure. All right. So, what my guy Raiders Food Chris was saying, Bakersfield, right? Bakersfield is 2 weeks away, y'all. I will definitely be there. To anybody who's actually going to be in Bakersfield for the Raider Nation Summer Kickoff, let me know. It would be definitely great to go ahead and tap in with my people. Go ahead and chop it up in person, man. I'm all about that for sure. Let me know. Definitely go ahead and link up. I have some things planned for that day. I got an interview with Dub Raider that I'm planning to do. I'm probably link up with the guys from Raider Nation Live, tap in for a little bit, and if they're doing a live, I might just go ahead and sit on it for a little bit. And I'll be around, man, for sure. But I will be in the Bakersfield event. I'll be down in Cali, and you know I'll be there probably like Thursday, Thursday and on. So as of right now, we don't have a Good Morning Raiders plan for that Saturday. We're probably gonna most likely take it off unless we get a big name booked up, which I'm always working on. So we'll see what happens. But so far we're gonna go ahead and take that Saturday off, right? Because that's the day of the event, the 17th. Um, what else was I gonna cover with you guys? I'm trying to see if we do a special show with Cheeto, Rundown, Nate. We're gonna figure that out. Maybe some other guys that are local in Cali. I like to take advantage that I'm down there and back home in Cali and LA and chop it over with some of the content creators out there for sure. So just keep your notifications on. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you guys head on over, hit that subscribe button, click those thumbs. Does go a long way to go ahead and support the show 100%. But yeah, keep a lookout on that. I'll let you guys know probably more by next week. We're still trying to go ahead and um, you know, put some things in work right now for sure. Um, let me see here. Again, make sure you guys go ahead and get your questions in before I get up out of here. In a bit, guys. Let's see here. My guy Alec Meredith has been great about not giving up sacks. I think Rogers could work out as well. Uh, yeah, it can work out well for us. Yep. Yeah. And that's the thing about Rogers. I think he can play left guard, right tackle, if I remember correctly or not. But yeah, he's versatile. He's versatile. So we'll see what's up. I do hope that Rogers does work out. I think he has the talent to to be that guy for sure. Um, but staying kind of on that topic of Bakersfield, y'all. Um, let me go ahead and kind of do that. Kind of pull this up real quick. All right. So exciting news, y'all. Doing a merch drop. We're doing a merch drop. I'm coming out with some shirts, guys. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and show it to you in just a second. So I'm doing a pre-sale right now. These shirts, I got two shirts coming out. They're being currently worked on. Let me go ahead and do the first one. So we're doing the Just Raider Baby show shirt. Just Raiders Baby in the front, logo in the back. Logo is a little bit different, but this is basically kind of what the shirt is going to look like. And then I got the Raider Nation shirt, and that's going to have the Just Raiders Baby podcast logo in the back of the shirt. Both of these shirts are going to be available in 2 weeks. On the 17th, they'll be available. But you guys can go ahead and put a pre-order now. I'm going to have sizes medium through 3X. No small. Sorry. I feel like the more popular one will be, you know, the larger sizes. Got to cater to the big guys, bro. I'm one of the big guys. You know, like, come on. I got to take care of my peoples, bro. But it'll be available from medium through 3X. That's going to be the size. So, this one right here. So let me go back to the Just Race. So the show shirt is going to be $39.99. Okay. The shipping is already included. And then this one's going to be $49.99. The Raider Nation one. Okay, shipping's already included on that one too. So make sure you guys, if you guys want to go ahead and order any of these shirts, both shirts or whatever, just go ahead and email me or DM me on my socials. Again, I'll pull up my socials in just a bit, but my email is on the channel. You guys can go ahead and send me a message. Let me know what size you guys want, and then once these bad boys become ready, I'm gonna go ahead and ship them out. I do take all forms of payment: Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Zelle. And if you're out in Bakersfield, if you guys are going to be out in Bakersfield, like my guy Raidersfield Chris, let me know because I can go ahead and hand that over to you there for sure. So these are the shirts that are going to be available come the 17th. But I am taking pre-orders now because I only have honestly, it's only going to be a limited amount that are going to be printed out. They're going to be made. After that, it's going to be a while before we make some more. So if you really do want one, go ahead and hit me up. Let me know. I'll get you hooked up for sure, 100%. But appreciate everyone pulling up to the show. And again, if you are going to, if you'll be in Bakersfield, yeah, let me know for sure. I would like to go ahead and link up with y'all. So this is the back of the shirt. This is what I'll actually have on there. I know you can't really see it too much, and then it just looks a little bit different here, but because this is just a rendering. But yeah, this is what will be in the back of the shirt on there for sure. All right, cool. Let me know. Hit me up for sure. Um, let's see here. One more questions. Between Bowers, Bash, Jacoby working underneath, Thornton and Tucker stretching the field, this offense could be exciting. For sure, bro. For sure. It definitely is. That's why I wanted to go ahead and chop it up with you guys and just talk about the offense and how what potential could be this season coming up with all these new additions, new weapons added to the roster. And I hope to see nothing but point production, to be honest with you. For sure. For sure. Um, I'm happy that we added some great talent to the wide receiver room, too. Raider. Hold on, bro. I need to do it the right way, my guy.
Raiders!
Yep. Yep. For sure. Let's see, my guy Peter. I also like to see them run a lot of double tight end and play bully ball with Genty. I don't know if they're going to necessarily run two tight end set. Chip is not really known for that. I think what you're probably going to see is just they're probably going to alternate Myers and Powers, right? They just play differently. That's what it is. So you might see Bowers be out there for certain situations. You might see Myers for certain situations um, where it requires more of a traditional tight end where he's going to be able to go ahead and block. I think probably out of the two, Myers is a little bit. Sorry, Mayer. Mayer's going to be a little bit better of blocking than Bowers traditionally, but I mean they're as far as like blocking, they're someone kind of on the same level. Obviously, talent wise and route running is completely different, but um, yeah, I don't think you'll see a two tight end set necessarily though, for sure. All right. Cool, cool. All right, guys. So I'm about to go ahead and get up out of here. Oh, really quick, before I do, again, let me go ahead and let you guys know the results of the poll. Right. So again, I asked you guys, do you think the offense will improve this year? 92% says yes. 8% says no. I can, I can think of maybe one or two people that would say no. With 26 votes casted in. Again, appreciate you guys pulling up and participating on that poll. All right. But again, other than that, I'm going to get up out of here, guys. Don't forget, remember, I got the shirts. Let me know. Hit me up. Pre-sale is now open. And just go ahead and either DM me or hit me up on my socials. Again, my socials on Instagram, Threads, TikTok, and X, JRaider _ 505. That's JRaider _ 505. I'm on all of them. So you message me on any one of them, I'll go ahead and answer. I'm on Instagram more, to be honest with you, but hit me up on any of them. I'll go ahead and definitely reply for sure, and on my email as well. So, all right, y'all. But other than that, I'm gonna get up out of here. It is dinner time, and gonna go ahead and take care of these damn kids. But I will see you guys again on Wednesday. Remember, every damn Wednesday, the Raider Connection, 7 p.m. With my guys, Cheeto Linus, Jeff New England, Raider Booster, or Raider Jeff, 401, as he likes to be called now. And my guy, LV Raider 10, Nate, my boy. We're going to be doing damn thing. I think we have a guest for this Wednesday coming up. I'm not sure who, or I don't think they're being quite confirmed yet, but I think it's Miss Peggy. She's going to be in the building with us on Wednesday. And then don't forget the Saturday morning show. Good Morning Raiders, my boy, the Raider Rundown. That is the guest show. We bring in big names to Saturday morning. Probably one of the hottest shows on Saturday morning on YouTube for Raider content. Make sure you guys tap into that. we do have a very special guest on Go Go Power Raider will be on with us live in studio, chopping up with us about the all right, there we go. I don't know what happened. I think I lost connection or something. There we go. All right. So again, good morning, Raiders. This Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific, we'll have Go Go Power Raider in the building. They'll be chopping up with me and Rundown. Very interesting to go ahead and hear his takes. And not a lot of people get to hear that. Being the super fan he is, so it'll be very interesting to see his perspective on the current state of the Raiders. So make sure you guys go ahead and pull up and tap into that show on Saturday. Turn on notifications for sure. All right, y'all. I am out of here. Appreciate everyone pulled up. Till next time, Nation. Remember, just Raiders, baby. See y'all next time. Peace.